All right, welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging, mutantyearzero, Genlab Alpha version. We are continuing our Genlab Alpha campaign tonight. We left off on one hell of a cliffhanger a couple weeks back with episode 11. So here in episode 12, we're going to hopefully resolve that, and then we're going to go play with reptiles and snakes and shit. So I won't do I don't really want to do any plug stuff, so we'll do that at the end. So let's just jump right into what we did last time. So what do you all remember?
We hit the button.
You hit the button. Yes. That whole plan. We were talking about this while you were waiting. Whenever people were coming in Zoom, that plan just seemed like people were on different pages. Like one person was doing this. So the mission you all were sent on to do was to specifically head to the Badger tribe, the Badger habitat, and uncover some kind of potential Watcher, collaborators. And so you specifically had the suspect of Chelios, which you turned out to be justified and correct. In the process of doing so, and the kind of seeking him out, you tried to track him down outside of the habitat to see where he's been, what he was doing, how he was getting all these kills on these different, these hunts that he went on were just ridiculously successful compared to all these other folks. And when you came back, or when you went out there, you ran into some drones, had some problems with some sentinels. Cujo almost died, but you managed to save him, and Wiley, even though Wiley was ringed. Don't forget about that. And let's see, Hamill went crazy at one point, I think. And on your way back, you made it back into the Badger habitat. You got into the trench area. Everyone was celebrating the Summer Walk, or the Walk of Light, which is like the summer holiday in the game, where a bunch of young folks getting ready to go out on a dangerous trek across the valley. So everyone was kind of like tidying up their school, like buttoning their shirts for them and stuff, and getting their lunch boxes ready. And so all the young animals go out in the valley. That's when Cujo decided to hop on top of a table and use the megaphone and like shout down, call out Chelios. That was touch and go. That could have gone a lot of different ways. But ultimately, it didn't seem to go yours, partly because at some point someone was supposed to hit a button, I thought. And
I don't remember being told that.
And whoever was supposed to hit that button didn't hit that button until way later. So we have this big open trench within the Badger tribe and the Badger burrows. We have all these different animals from the Badger tribe all coming together. We had that whole Alpha Council. We had Iserman, who's the head of the tribe. We had Chelios and a few others that were there, and they were bidding farewell and good luck to all these different animal mutants that were getting ready to go. Cujo jumps up, has this big old argument with Chelios. A lot of people seem to side with Cujo, but not enough, as Iserman ultimately sided with Chelios because no evidence was actually provided. It was just hearsay at that point. And then as Cujo and Hamill, who were both exiled from the habitat, were getting dragged out. You weren't killed, you're just being exiled, and all of your friends were also being escorted out. Finally, did somebody grab the button?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so Hamill grabbed the button, this little button that was suspected to call in the Watchers, and in fact did. And all these drones started flying down, and people started to panic because just a few months back, in the last one of these celebrations at the Wild Dance, that too was interrupted by a bunch of drones and Watchers showing up and taking folks. So, pretty insane. So we're gonna pick up right there because it's our cliffhanger. So you watch. Those of you who are still capable of seeing this, Cujo was the first to be dragged out. So I would say, Cujo, you don't even see this currently. You're like in sort of tunnels and hallways as they're starting to take you out of the trenches. The rest of you, I think, are probably getting a glimpse as this is coming down. Hamill, you might have been struggling simply because you were kind of reaching for the button. And you look and you can see these drones descend, about a half a dozen, 5 or 6 of them, start descending all over this large area. They don't seem to be attacking anybody, but everyone begins to panic. You start seeing several folks who are like just screaming and hiding underneath tables, who are burrowing into the ground. Others are running. Others are just freezing. You see others that are huge Kool-Aid drinkers that are like praising the arrival of these drones, many of whom are actually on the council itself. It's definitely a generational divide. But as those that are making the noise and panicking start to die down, you can hear that there's some sort of communication that's attempting to happen through the drone. The guards that have been dragging all of you let go of you as they start to look at what the panic's going on. Even Cujo, the guards that are dragging you away, get a little concerned, and they're like, wait here, and they turn back around to go check out what's going on. And those of you still in the room, you can hear the drones and their mechanical voice as they start to swarm around Chelios, where he is up front. You can hear the audio suddenly say, "Please state your request." And then there's a kind of silence, and you can hear some of the young folk that were on Cujo's side, like, he was right. The Wolverine was right. He's a traitor. And then others are kind of shouting other different ways. Chelios, if he could blush or if he could like turn red, he'd be turning red. And it kind of repeats, "Please state your request," kind of over and over again. What are you guys doing?
If I've been released a little bit.
It's one of those things where people just are just like, what the hell's going on? They're just kind of letting go of the grip that they had on you because there's bigger issues to attend to.
Where's the megaphone?
Cujo, you still have it?
Unless it was taken from me, yeah.
I think they probably are. Maybe they're carrying it, and they're carrying it as they're dragging you out, type of thing. They're not trying to steal something from you. That would be wrong. But yeah, it's with Cujo, or with one of the guards carrying Cujo.
Okay. Because I think I still have the button in my hand. So I would go over to Cujo and see if I can.
Cujo's not in the area. Cujo is the first to get dragged out. So if you go over to Cujo, you're literally leaving the area.
Like leaving the habitat, or somewhere that
you're leaving this giant dining celebration trench that you're in. You'd be pushing past others who are starting to panic. Some of them are like running for the tunnels. Some of them are burrowing to the ground. Others that are just like kind of leaning towards the ground, their hands up for mercy.
Tchaikovsky will go and get Cujo just because I'm observing the drones talking to Chelios. And so I like this requires him.
So you push past the two guards that have kind of tentatively started to walk away from Cujo, and you can kind of fill him in. Helena, McCloud, and what are you two doing?
Helena's going to do like what she was doing previously, where she's just trying to, not so much, she's trying to rouse the crowd more than anything. So she'll mention, is anybody going to ask him how he got this to summon them?
There's too much panic. That's just not going to work anymore. Okay. Yeah, like people are running away. Like there was a few dozen animals in here, and half of them have scattered in fear. Others are diving underneath tables. There's still a handful of people who are shouting, but they're already kind of on your side anyway, that are still shouting.
So where's the youngest of the leaders? Like of the leadership?
It's Chelios, right?
Yeah, Chelios actually would be the youngest of the alphas on the council. It's mostly made up of old white badgers and wolverines.
Yeah, what I'm debating between is keeping this or kind of turning this over as evidence so that they can do what they need to do.
I think he provided as much evidence that needs to be given at this time.
So you hear Iserman is like surrounding, like, whoa, what is the meaning of this? He seems to be very confused. And
then I'll go over to Iserman.
Okay, so you push up to past some of the scattering folks, and you go up to Iserman, and he's like staring at Chelios, who's just who's doing one of those like, not now, drones, not now type of thing. Like, I don't know what's going on. This is nothing to do with me. And they just keep repeating, please state your request over and over again, every couple of seconds. And they are clearly hovering over top of him. They're doing they're doing their spotlight on top of him. So there's no uncertainty that this is specifically with Chelios.
Right. So Hamill will kind of go over to him with the the remote
to Iserman. Okay.
to Iserman and say, like, this is what we were trying to tell you. This is the remote that was in his room. This is what calls them. What other proof do you need? He absolutely has drones that are clearly at his beck and call. This is exactly what we were talking about. He's putting our habitat at risk.
And so Iserman like demands, like, is this true? And like, and Chelios is still ineffectively trying to defend, like, no, this is just I don't know what this is. Everyone, it's just we've all been through this before. Just stay calm. They'll scan and do their thing, and they'll leave, and etc.
Helena's gonna call out, "Make your request, Chelios. Tell them what you want."
So he starts looking around, and he starts doing some calculations at this point in his head, and he's just, I have kind of looking. Iserman starting to get a little suspicious. Hamill, why don't you roll a domination test?
Oh.
Yeah, and
I
I'll
don't
let
do
you
that.
take a modification, a +1 modification. Was Helena still in the room, kind of egging on as well? See how well you do here.
I'm not going to do well at all. All right.
Well, with that kind of attitude.
I just added 1 gear dice for her.
Okay. Do you want to? Your green die didn't roll. Your base die didn't roll.
Oh, that's weird.
Just roll that number of d6s.
Oh, because I don't have anything in dominate.
Okay, you don't have any skill. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to push that at all?
Sure.
Okay.
You don't have any instinct dice though?
She does. That's why the yellow die. The yellow die.
Oh,
yeah, I have
okay.
two.
Sorry.
I
I
have
got 'em
two
flipped
instincts, but no.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always get them confused because I'm stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see that the face of Iserman, like, wheels are starting to turn, and then he starts saying, "Yes, order them to go away. If you can, they're causing a panic. You can clearly see. Order them to go away. We'll talk about this." And Chelios, he kind of looks. He sees Helena. He sees Hamill. He sees all the other things happening. McCloud, are you doing anything?
I'm just witnessing.
Okay, you're just standing up to witness. And Cujo and Tchaikovsky, is there anything you want to do?
After I tell Cujo what's going on, I'm just gonna like follow him back, and I guess Chai would ask Cujo, like, can he order these things to attack people? This is causing a panic.
And you're pushing past, and there's probably, I would say, probably about half of the people that were in the room are still in the room, hiding under tables, burrowing into the ground, or just like frozen. Some of them are still like occasionally shouting. The other half have just fled. So Cujo, what do you think as if you're coming back into the room with Chai at the same time, you can hear like the tail end of like Hamill trying to convince Iserman.
It's a good question. I'm just gonna watch for now.
Okay.
And I'm gonna, be ready to step in case anything happens.
Okay. So at this point, Chelios looks around, seeing Iserman kind of turning against him. He will look over at Helena. He'll look at Hamill, and he will start to point to each one of them, and he will say to the Watchers that these are resistance members. Apprehend them. And all of the drones just hover and turn around, start tracking where he's pointing, and each one of them shines a light on each of you. There's 6 total. There's 5 of you. We'll say 2 are going to go right after Helena, and the rest are going to go at you all. So why don't you guys go ahead and roll initiative at this point?
How many of them are there?
6.
6.
Yeah,
All of them are
put the
drones.
rolls in there.
We took out 3 of them last time. We also have almost an entire band of badgers behind us.
And some will help you, some will not, but some will help you, sure. All right, let's take a look at how we doing.
I should have rocket boots still, right? You said that was a legal thing I could build from their carcasses, right?
I don't remember that. Let's see. All right, we've got Tchaikovsky with a 1, Cujo with a 4, Hamill is 2 correct.
Yep.
Helena is 2 correct.
unfortunately.
She's got a higher tiebreaker.
McCloud, go 1. And then I will go ahead and roll for...
Come on, guys.
Yeah, we did not roll very well.
Nothing new there.
I will...
This is as we were talking about how garbage we roll in this game.
That's true.
And then Long rolled a 1, I rolled a 2.
I'm going to roll for a couple things. I'm going to roll for Chelios. So let me go ahead and put a Chelios thing on the screen. So Chelios rolled a 4. And then I'll roll for... I roll for all the drones at once. I don't like splitting them. It's annoying. So they'll all go at the same time. So especially since they're splitting up. Okay. Lots of people at 4. Looks like the tiebreaker for Chelios is, what's his agility? His agility is 5. And then for the drone, also 5. Okay. So what's your agility, Cujo?
4.
Okay. So the drones will get to go first. So I'll go ahead and do them. All right. So all of them are going to go ahead and start moving around into the direction. Each one of them you can see has like a little spotlight that's kind of targeting one of you. Those of you who just recently came into the room, so Tchaikovsky and Cujo, they're going to move in your direction, but they can't actually get to you. But you can see them starting to fly in your direction, and they're about halfway there with the end of their movement. There's 2 others that are up front that will be on Helena. You can see that one of them is going to go ahead, because I would say Helena and Hamill and McCloud are closer to the front of the room and more easy to kind of do something with. So let's see. I think one of them is going to go ahead and start firing I think both of the ones by Helena are going to fire tasers. So I think they're going to do. So that'll be shoot tests with 1 bonus. Let's see if this goes through okay. It's 1. So that's going to be... So one of them's going to shoot a taser down at Helena. And then the second will do the same thing. So 2 of these shots are going to come down onto Helena. And so Helena, the first one's going to hit you for 2 points of fatigue damage. Tasers do fatigue. How's that treat you?
I got 2 agility left.
Okay. The second one will hit you for 1. And so you're down to 1 agility as you're just getting tased. But you know that this isn't lethal damage. Like they're just kind of trying to knock you out, probably so that sentinels can then come in afterwards. One of them will go ahead and fly over to Hamill as well and do the same thing. And I'm not going to push that. And then the fourth one will head over to McCloud and do the same thing. All of you are getting... All right.
We haven't had any time to rest since we got back.
2 point... Well, you guys spent the night out in
yeah.
the forest while you were on your way back. That's 2 points of agility towards you, McCloud. How's that do for you?
I can't do anything to that, right?
You can... no, not for that specific ability, no.
All right, it just drops me 2.
Okay. All right. So then Chelios at this point is going to look across the room, and he's going
to point at him.
And he's going to point right back, and he is going to run into the middle of the room, hop on top of this long table, and he'll shout, "You want to face me? Face me!" And like you can see spittle coming out, and he's like standing on top, kicking like the sorry excuse for like food and table settings and stuff that this badger habitat celebration had, and he's ready to go. At that point, Cujo, it is your turn. Next up on the docket.
Am I within maneuver range for this?
I would say just to make it fair, the 2 of you can spend your first turns coming up together into the middle. Actually, no, I'll say, yeah, you can get there with 1 maneuver because you're also going to have a drone on you as well. So you can get there in 1 maneuver, and then you'll still have an action to do.
All right. My action is I'm swinging.
Okay, nice.
Kick his ass.
I have no weapons readied, so I'm using my fangs and my claws.
That's all you need.
That's all I need. That's all I want to use anyway.
Sure.
I want it to be personal. So I'm gonna roll for fight.
Okay. Go for it.
I have no gear bonus. Hold on, it's like frozen.
It's not rolling.
I think it's gonna go.
There it goes.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Do you want to push that at all?
Yeah, I do.
Go for it.
Are you kidding me?
So you hop onto the table, you swing at him with all your might. He just effortlessly steps out of the way, and you go stumbling, falling off the table, kind of knocking your head on like one of the benches, taking 2 points of damage and 2 feral points. And he just, this is the mighty Cujo, as he laughs in your face. Hamill. We said it was Hamill that had the better tiebreaker, right?
No, it was me.
No.
Okay, so Helena, sorry.
Yep.
Who is that elder that you were talking to?
Iserman.
It's scary, Iserman.
Iserman. Helena's gonna snarl at Iserman. Are you stupid? Are you going to let him attack us with this? Do you realize that the moment we're stunned, that sentinels will be raining down upon your burrow?
Roll a domination test, and I'll say take like +3 mod for this, because there's ample evidence in your favor right here. Okay. And if you succeed on this, and Hamill, you'll also get this as well because you succeeded on yours. Both of you will be able to go up a rank at the end of the, because Iserman is literally the highest rank here.
I succeed.
Damn. Damn. I technically
and then some.
do need to roll.
How do you have so much green?
He gave me a +3 mod.
Oh, that's okay. You just made it.
Yeah. That's what you can do. You can just drop it in your skill because it's supposed to be extra. Or is it base dice? I don't know. We'll look it up later. I always forget. So he's actually technically got to do his response to this. So 2 on skill, 5 base, no gear, also 2. And so he is going to look at you with, you can push. You're allowed to push if you want. He can't, but that's his sense of motion. You can see you're not sure if you got through to him. Okay.
Did it. 3.
And you'll take a point of instinct, take a feral point as well. Okay. And you can see that he is you're right. And you can see him like reach like kind of down to below where his chair is, and he pulls something out of his pack, and you can see it's a revolver.
Uh-oh, he's taking the easy way out.
Jesus. No. Yeah. So he pulls out a revolver, and he's like, not again. Not another Badger holiday. This is ridiculous. Okay, Helena, I'll say that's your action, because you did roll a check.
Okay.
What do you want to do in terms of movement?
And
don't forget, take cover is a legitimate movement to do here.
Yeah, I want to take cover.
Okay, so you'll hop down and like crawl underneath the table, which will certainly help. So you'll have some extra protection later on.
Yeah, because I only have 1 agility. So
yep. All right.
If you guys want heals,
Hamill, you're up.
Yeah, I don't have much agility left either, but I would like to kick this guy's ass. So.
Whoa! You're gonna go after Chelios? I don't know if you want to do that. I think Cujo might turn on you next if you like take his kill. Don't forget you have a drone on you.
And there are 2 on me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I could. Oh no, because it would take 1, 2. All right, so I will take cover first.
Okay.
And then, is there any way while I'm in cover that I could ready my sling?
Yeah, you can load it up
next time.
Yeah, sure,
So
no
that's
problem.
what I'll do then.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's 2 maneuvers, no problem. Okay. Then we're going to go over the chai. What do you want to do? Drone is not yet on you, but one's coming right at you.
So I'll shoot the one that's coming right at me since I've got quick fire, and then I'll also seek cover once I am finished shooting.
Perfect. Roll your shoot.
All right. Ooh, one
Okay.
hit.
Nice.
All right. Any damage? Any weapon damage on that?
Just one. Well, it's got one bonus and one damage. So is that technically 2?
No. You have to have
Okay.
2 damage to do extra. Okay. So we'll say Chai drone has taken 1 damage. Got it. Okay. Then you take cover, find a table or a chair to take cover behind. McCloud.
There's one on me, right?
Yes, there's one on you. It's just shot out a taser at you, and you're like as it's trying to stun you to death, or not stun you to death, but stun you to then take you to your death.
So I'm engaged, or is it?
It's above you. I would say, and you could. There's enough tables and chairs that if you really wanted to get in melee with it, you could probably hop on a table, and I'll say you can reach it. Otherwise, you can easily shoot at it.
All right, I'm gonna jump on top of this thing and ride it.
Okay, if you're gonna try to jump on top of it, make a move test. Okay.
Nice.
So those of you who can see this little dog just or little fox just hop up like one to the other and then hops on top of it like wee, and you're on its back and it's like it's continuing to like try and make a message to you. Please get off the chassis. Please get off the chassis.
I'll start
Please get
swinging at
off
it
the-
with my machete.
Okay. All right. So, let it go ahead and go through it. Normally, if you make a skill test, that's like the end of your actions. But
Oh, okay.
since that was a move, go ahead and do it. You can go ahead and roll your attack.
I'm envisioning like a cat on a Roomba. Like that's basically what, like the image I have in my head.
It's fair. I can see that.
A cat with a knife, or it's just
I think it's lagging.
Okay. Like I said, I know a way to fix that now. Let's see if this works. Just gotta go into the scripts and press a reset. Still hasn't shown up, right?
Right.
Correct.
Yeah, see what happened. I'm not exactly sure of like. Is anybody having a connection issue with Roll20 right now? I have a big red
Yeah.
box that says.
Oh, that's what I just got as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I see that.
It's Roll20
I thought
down.
you did that.
No, I didn't. Did not do that. Did Roll20 just go down?
I'm still okay for now.
let me see.
Oh yeah. Now I see the big red box. Oh, there we go.
Oh, it came back in the rolls.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's a roll to wait for.
Okay, cool. All right, maybe
The roll was so strong it broke the server.
it's possible I did do that actually. If that's the case, if it's just coming back now. Okay, holy shit. I think I'll go ahead and try to roll defense and forego my my attack action next turn. I think with that kind of claw that you did. What weapon are you using? By
It's
the
a
way?
machete.
Holy
What are
crap!
you gonna do with all those stunts?
Holy
Increase
crap!
my initiative
And
by 2.
that's 2 damage. Machete.
So that's,
Oh yeah, it does do 2 damage. So let's see.
hang on, let me
That's
roll my
8 total
fight.
damage.
Let me roll my fight.
Don't the
Oh
drones only
my.
have 3 health?
They have
Nice fight.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to reset my strength, so I got to go 3d6s. I have no fight actually, and I failed on my 3d6. Okay, so yeah, I do not fight. I do not defend any of it. All of that goes through, so that is enough to kill it. Yeah.
Wait, how much is enough if I took one of those points as initiative boost?
What do you mean?
The stunts for
The
the,
stunts.
extra points.
You need to do 3 damage to it.
Okay, so yeah, so use 1 for
Okay.
initiative increase and the other 3.
Okay. So your initiative's gonna go to what now? What's your total?
3.
Got it. Okay.
I think you can technically do that twice.
You can.
Because your machete does 2 damage.
Machete
so you
does
only need
2.
2 points.
Well,
So
I wouldn't have known that. I would have done 1 originally.
Okay.
So 'cause
That's
I don't
fine.
know if it takes 3 damage, do I?
You guys have
We've
fought
done-
and
we've
killed
killed
these
them
before,
before.
so you weren't
Okay.
here. He wasn't here for that actually. So yeah,
Oh.
but his character was. So we'll say yeah.
Okay.
So that means you're gonna have to use 2 of your successes, one just
Yeah.
the normal success, and then 1 for the extra damage to kill it, and then you'll have 2 more stunts that you can do. Do you
Yeah,
want?
so I was hoping to use those to go initiative 5 then.
Okay, so you're up to 5. Okay, got it. All right, all set. And then it is your turn. As you fall down, it'll collapse down onto the error.
Is it possible
Error.
that this one goes down, another one's nearby that I can hop to?
Roll a d6, and if you roll a 6, they'll say yeah.
It's like side scroller
Ah,
jumping.
Nothing quite close enough. No, nothing quite close
At
enough.
20.
There's the closest one would be Hamill's, but it's a little bit close. It's not a full jump away. But it is your turn, by the way, because you moved up to 5 and you were the end of the previous round.
Right.
Now you're at the top of the next round,
Oh,
so
nice.
it's your turn.
Okay.
So you get 2 turns in a row.
So it's possible I'll maneuver to a nearby one,
Okay, so you're gonna move, run. Okay,
and I'll try to hack this one down.
all right. Do you want to try to hop on top of it again?
I think I've best my luck here. I'll just go for an attack.
Okay, so you're gonna climb under top of it, and you're gonna try to reach and hit it. I'm gonna say take a -1 mod, as it's a little high and it's gonna be hard to hit since you're just attacking it from the ground. Okay. Jesus, 1 shot, 1 kill. Holy
my
crap! This guy.
Wow.
What are you doing? I will try to do a defense again because otherwise it's dead. Holy crap, dude! It's insane. All right, fight. Did I get anything?
Let's see.
No, it's not going through again. There it goes.
Oh, there you go.
I did not get anything. So you hop.
He's
on
just one-shotting.
I'll use 1 stunt to drop your initiative by 1.
Okay, so you're gonna drop. Do you want to drop the Chelios initiative, or do you want to drop other drones?
Yeah, drop that Chelios.
Oh, can I do that? I
Chel-
think it's the target. It's only the target.
He's-
Oh wait, no, I
he's
killed it.
dead.
Never mind. I can't do that.
He's dead. So.
Do
Uh,
Chelios so I can attack him first.
No, I can't do that because I wasn't targeting him.
I'll say you can go ahead and do it. You can shout
You're
a quick
reducing their
distraction.
morale.
You're shouting a quick distraction.
Okay.
Definitely reducing morale. He just took out 2 drones single-handedly.
Dear God,
Back to back.
man.
In a span of a very small amount
What
of time.
the hell? We were just talking about how we have bad rolls. He just rolled 7 successes.
He's sucking up all the good
It's
juju, and like that's
insane.
gonna be like the only good rules.
All right, so this guy, so we see this little freaking fox hop on top of one of them, hack one in the top of its head, basically ripping it into its brain, and it collapses to the ground. Runs over, hops on the top of a table, swings at the belly of another one, which spews open all these different wires, and it's like error, and it collapses to the ground right next to Hamill. This is pretty insane.
It like just with his hat too. So he's standing there stoically watching
With
as
this
we're all
little
arguing
spinning
and
hat.
yelling, and his hat's spinning, and then suddenly he's like whipping out his sword.
Oh, we're getting raided.
Ooh, we're getting raided.
Hey, thank you for the raid.
What's up?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Valdriant. Oh, is that like a dinosaur?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Valdry Scream.
Oh, those are some cool emotes.
I like your emotes. Very cool.
Thanks, Val.
Thank you very much. We have just started, and we just had a crazy little attack by this tiny little fox. All right, so we'll move Chelios down 1 or 2. Was it 1 or 2, Lon?
It's just
Should
one.
be 1.
Okay, so we'll move him down 1. Let me reset the order so it's easy for us to follow. And next up, since McCloud, you're done, it'll be Cujo's turn.
Alrighty, I'm just gonna start swinging at him.
Okay.
And my initial miss is just gonna piss me off, and I'm just tunneled. I'm tilted and I'm tunneled.
Sure.
So I'm going in.
Oh. Gonna push?
Of course I am.
You have to.
All right.
There you go.
There you go.
So with that success,
Okay.
I'm gonna take my point of fatigue, go down to 1 strength.
Okay.
And then I'm going to I'm at 10 feral points, so I'm going to use 10 feral points and go down to 0, and I'm going to use my predator animal power, which increases damage by +1 when fighting unarmed, and I can spend multiple FP to do that.
Oh
Okay.
my.
Okay. So I'm going to roll. God, do I want to roll defense? I have armor.
You got 12 damage on the stat coming at you right now.
This is insane.
Ooh.
You're gonna kill yourself.
It's a lot of feral rolls.
That is a lot of feral rolls.
That's okay, it's worth it.
I'll roll.
This is my big dream, guys.
Yes.
I'm gonna roll
If I
defense.
This is your
die right
enemy.
now.
This is everything. This is your
You're
moment.
I feel like I should roll defense. So you haven't rolled damage. Don't roll damage because I gotta decide. Do I want to roll defense? I'm gonna roll defense. All right. I'm gonna forego my turn and roll defense. Okay. All right. So I got two successes on my defense. which means I can cancel out one of your successes, and then I get an extra something. What do I want to do with that extra something? This is year 0. This is Mutantyearzero. So it's by Free League. This is like their post-apocalyptic setting. We're specifically playing the Genlab Alpha campaign, which is like these animal mutants trapped within a valley. They're fighting against robots to get themselves free of that valley. So it's like it's the same. Yeah, Mutantyearzero. It's the same sort of universe, essentially. So we don't have any ducks or pigs, but we have like a badge. Well, no, we have a weasel and a Wolverine, and we've got an iguana, a cat, and a fox.
Chameleon.
I'm sorry, Chameleon. You blended into the iguana standing behind you, so I just assumed with it. Yeah, video games are really good too. What was I looking up? Oh yeah, I was looking up the. What else can I do for defense here? So I can eliminate one success, and I will go ahead and I will increase my initiative score by 2, effective as of the next turn. So I will go ahead.
You're not gonna make it that far. You're dead.
So much confidence.
Okay. But I got rid of your success, so you don't actually get to do anything.
So then I can't spend my FP then.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right. So that is your turn. That is his turn. He won't have an action. He'll have a maneuver still. The drones that are not completely destroyed by the fox will go next. Okay. One will go towards Chai, who is you shot at it. It will come up and it will try to.
How does cover work with its attack against me?
So basically, cover, it adds protection just like defense. So if I do succeed, you'll be able to roll a couple d6s, and depending upon how many successes you can get, you can kind of cancel out the attacks.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So how good is the quality of our cover?
I mean, you're doing, I would say like 3 probably, because you guys are literally behind
Under furniture.
physical tables and furniture and stuff like that. So you basically have armor rating 3. So I still have to roll and hit. Let me go ahead and do that. Try to do that first. So I'm going to shoot again. The taser this time is going to be at Tchaikovsky. All right. So that's going to be 3 successes. So you're going to take 3 points of fatigue on that shot.
And then I roll 3d6s to see how many get canceled?
Correct. So
Okay.
roll 3d6s, and any 6s you roll will cancel out. Okay, so you can cancel out one of them, and so you take 2 points of fatigue instead.
I can't go negative agility, so I guess I won't use my animal power, but I'm broken again since I couldn't actually gain anything back from our rest because I was dehydrated.
Okay,
so I'm broken agility.
You got, so I would say McCloud and Hamill, you see that Tchaikovsky hiding behind this like turned over table. You can see the drone comes over top, shoots a taser down. You see him and then collapse to the ground. He's breathing still, but looks pretty exhausted. Okay. So then the other ones that are alive are the ones that are on Helena. I'll say with everything going on, with the other 2 exploding, I'll say one's going to fly over and try to defend the 2 that just went down, and it's going to go after McCloud. McCloud, you definitely earned your attention. And then one will continue after Helena. That makes sense. Okay, so, but again, you still have that +3 on your armor for protections. Okay. So if I hit, you can do the same thing that Tchaikovsky just did. So this is on Helena. That's a miss. So it's trying to squeeze down, but you're getting a really good hiding place. You've squeezed like a cat does between a tiny little hole, and
where our body becomes liquid.
Yeah,
and
it just can't quite get to you at all. Okay. The other one will move in the direction of McCloud and will stay. It will learn from the mistakes of its others, and will stay in short range, but will be much higher up in the air, to where you couldn't possibly jump on it. So it'll go ahead and roll. That's 1 success. Do you?
It goes through.
Okay.
I don't have cover or defense.
Okay, so you take 1 point of fatigue.
Don't you have thick fur, McCloud?
Yeah, but it doesn't protect from edge or blunt attacks, I don't think.
Oh.
Right, that's... What kind of attack is that? Because
this is neither one of those things.
yeah, so I think for everyone help here.
It only protects from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You said it doesn't protect. Okay. Got it.
Okay. Yeah. My bad.
All right. So you take 1 point of fatigue. All right. So that was the drones. It'll technically be Chelios' turn, but he can't actually use his action. But I will go ahead and he will put like a table or a chair between the two of you to get a little bit of cover.
Oh, he's scared now, huh?
I mean, he just saw this friggin' fox literally take two of them down. And then it'll be Hamill's turn.
All right, so I want to try to shoot at a drone with my sling.
Go for it.
So I'm going to spend 1 feral point for hunter instincts to choose the prey, and then
Okay.
I'm going to spend another to get a +1 to fight
Sounds
or to
good.
shoot.
Okay. Sounds
So-
good.
Spending 2.
This is the one that's over top of where you and McCloud are at, not the one that's attacking Chai and not the one that's attacking Helena, correct?
Right.
Okay. Go for it.
So that's going to be a shoot. I'm adding the +1 to gear just for ease's sake.
It's fine. Okay, that's a success.
Got a success.
Do you have
and
any-
then I'm gonna,
You have any damage on the weapon?
I think the
Is it just 1 damage?
yeah, it's just
Yeah,
one
if it's a
damage.
sling, it's 1.
Yeah.
All right. And then what were you doing? What else were you doing?
I'm rolling because I spent 2 feral points.
Okay.
So 2d6.
So Hamill's drone.
You passed.
6. I pass.
So Hamill and McCloud, you now have 1, and that has taken some damage. Okay. Then
And then I reload again for next time.
okay. So you're gonna see. Hey, Vorluk. What else? Yeah, you're gonna see the little slingshot you fire kind of manages to find a soft spot right between 2 panels in the chassis, and it's gonna, you see a little cable rip down, some fluid, some lubricant kind of squirt down onto the ground, but it does still seem to fly and seem to be okay.
Right, and I'm back under cover again.
All right, Helena, it's your turn. Sorry, I should have gone the other way around, but that's just the way it shows. I'll fix it this time.
All good.
All right, go for it.
I kind of just want to retreat more than anything.
So when you look around for like a path to
playing medic.
retreat, there's not really. I mean, like if you're gonna retreat, you're gonna be running out from under cover, and you're gonna be in more of an like you can try to run from place to place if you want,
You're
but
safer under the table.
it might be safer on the table. But you can go from you can try to run from like under one table to the other another table. That you can perfectly try to do if you want.
I'll do that then.
Okay, so we'll say 2 maneuvers, 1 to run, 1 to take cover again. Sound
Okay.
good? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then
Can we say I'm doing it in the direction towards Chai?
that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll probably take 1 more movement to get to him on your next turn, and you can probably get to him at that point. All right. So then Chai, you are broken, but you still have a maneuver if you want to use a maneuver.
I can't use water to get out of being broken, right? It's only heal checks.
No, it's got to be heal tests at this point to get back from broken.
And can anyone do a heal test on themselves? Can I just reach in my wagon and stuff some like band-aids in my holes?
You can't when you're broken, you can't actually do actions anymore. The only thing you can do is basically move. So
Okay.
you can move if you want. You can run towards Helena and like
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So you're running in the direction of Helena. That's fine. Perfect. All right. So then let me reset the round here. I think Chelios goes first because he's at 5'2", and I think he's going to be higher than. What's your agility, McCloud?
Is it current or the skill?
Current.
Or the rank, I mean. I only have 1 right now.
All right, he's definitely higher than you. Okay, so he'll go next. He will. He's only got eyes for Cujo at this point. What do I got? I forgot what I have with him.
You have a chair in front of you.
I have crappy weapons on him though.
Was the older guy? What do you whip
Oh,
out that gun
sorry,
for?
I forgot to add him to the list. Thank you
Oh,
for
Iserman.
reminding me. Iserman, yes, Iserman
You're
will
like,
go
yeah,
ahead.
what about that gun?
Iserman will load, and he will with great trepidation point the gun. This is big for a guy his age. will point the gun at the drone that's trying to get to Helena. As Helena runs, you can see the drone's like swooping down and is trying to shine a light underneath the Alpha Council table. And like while it's doing that, looking like off to the side, you can see Helena just dart away, and it doesn't notice Helena. And so this thing, while the drone is sitting there trying to look under the table, Eiserman will walk up right behind it, and he will take a shot with his loaded revolver. Let me get the stats on my revolver up again. Gotta look back at old magnums. All right, this has got a 3 bonus and a 2 damage. So I'll do a basic test. All right, he's got 2 shoot. Whoop. He's got 2 shoot. He's got 3 agility, and he's got 3 bonus on his revolver. And all of them suddenly hear as this echoing sound of a revolver that you've all heard before. Magnum, like the Cougar Magnum guys did it too.
Yeah.
But it somehow misses because he's an old man with big bushy eyebrows that cover his face, and I'm not pushing that. So he tried though.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
All right, so always remind me because I forgot to put him. I don't have a token for him, so just remind me after Tchaikovsky, he'll go then.
Okay.
Oh, that's no good. I hope you feel better soon. All right. Chelios has crap for weapons. Why didn't I give him like all the good weapons? Never mind. I'm gonna go ahead and give him all the good weapons really quick. Okay. Wait. Suddenly he also has a revolver. No, he's got a spear.
I mean, it makes sense. He had the drones do all the hunting for him, so he got lazy.
Yeah. Yep. That's fair. All right. So he's going to be from behind cover. He's got this chair, almost like he's doing one of those, like he's a lion tamer. He's got the chair in between you and him, so he's keeping a little bit of cover, and he's going to thrust forward from behind it to try to hit you. With the spear. He's not in immediate range, but a spear can do that kind of slight reach, if we all remember that. Let me double check the stats for a spear. +1 bonus and 2 damage on a spear. All right, so he's got, let's fight. And I just said bonus of 1. All right. That's a good hit right there. Look at that. So Chelios is going to thrust forward with the spear, and he will make contact with you. What do you want to do? Do you want to just take it there, Cujo?
Defending.
Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and roll your fight. All right, so that'll cancel 2,
Nice.
and you'll take. So you'll have 1 success back, and that.
I'm gonna also dump a point into small to reduce an additional success.
Okay, so you can get rid of an extra one, you said? You go small?
Yeah, I just have to use a feral point.
All right, roll your d6 for it.
I'm good.
Okay, and so despite his confidence of thrusting this spear forward, you literally just get small, and you can feel the blade scrape across your shoulder as you duck underneath it, but it doesn't seem to land any like serious long-term damage. And he grunts a little bit, "Tiny piece of shit," and that'll be his turn. And then he will, with his maneuver, he'll continue to take cover behind the chair, which I'm not going to give him the same type of rating as like your guys with your tables. I'm just gonna give him like a +1 on that. McCloud, you're up. Over top of you, there is still a drone.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend 2 maneuvers because I can't reach that, so I'll maneuver and take cover.
Okay. So, is there a particular place you want to maneuver to?
I want to go closer to where my party's congregating.
Okay, so you can see that Tchaikovsky and Hamill are a good 10 yards out from the. Maybe not 10 yards. That's probably too much. Maybe about 5 to 6 yards out from the major alpha table. Like that was slightly raised, and so you can see Helena and Chai are kind of underneath this one specific table, and so you can kind of run in their direction. One of the drones seems to still be targeting Chai, and might be going off in that direction. Okay. So all 3 of you are under that table now.
Oof.
I don't want. I want to be with them. Just like
all of a sudden you hear clink, 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 clink. It's a grenade falls underneath the
just
table.
nearby.
Oh God.
Okay, you're nearby. Okay. All right. So then there's hang on. There's the drone over top of McCloud and Hamill. Now just really Hamill. Then there's one that's going to be chasing down Chai, and then there was one that was on Helena. The one that was on Helena is going to go ahead and turn around towards Iserman and is going to shoot at Iserman. Hearing this gun, yeah, that makes the most sense because it lost track over that little cat got to. All right, so the shoot with one gear
We need him on our side.
doesn't mean you're not going to keep him. This might help. That'll be a miss, and so the two of them point blank at one another. Both missed their shots. They're just shooting past each other. It's like that moment in The Matrix where they just fly towards one another. They're like, "You're empty. So are you."
I actually know that.
Look at you. That's like...
That's
That's
two
like-
in 2 days.
Well, Josh got the one last night, and so...
Oh yeah,
all right.
sure.
I was so proud of him. All right, so that one's going to be okay. Then the one that's by Chai is going to fly after Chai, but since there's 3 targets now, and 2 of them are hiding under the table, and you specifically said you weren't going under that table, McCloud, I think it's going to turn its attention to you instead. And it's going to take a shot at you.
Did you skip me in the turn?
No. Drones are 4, Cujo's 4. Drones, they have the tiebreaker over you. So you go after them. Okay, so then the drone that's attacking... Yeah, there's going to be a drone that's going to attack McCloud. McCloud, did you take cover?
Yeah, I took cover.
Okay, so different table, but it's going to go after you this time. It's going to shoot.
Oh,
Go ahead and roll cover defense.
Okay, so go ahead and roll 3. And every 6 you get can cancel.
There
You
we go.
are on fire,
Let's
dude.
go.
wow.
You are crushing it tonight. Holy crap. So yeah, you can see the little cartridge that it shoots out to try to shock you all. It gets caught up in like one of the legs of the tables and it shakes the table a bit and the table falls over and dies. All right. So that was the Chai one, and then there's going to be that one that's going to go after Hamill as well. So Hamill, are you taking cover?
Yeah.
Okay. So same deal. We kind of know the drill at this point. And this one's going to be a success. So I have 1 success on you. Go ahead and roll your cover. And so you're going to take 1 point of fatigue.
Okay.
Now, that's it for the drones. You all can see that the drones now are starting to... You see like that thing from Battlestar Galactica, like where the red light goes from one to the other, like one side of it, like just zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom. Anybody who wants to... Actually, no, that's a bad thing to do because that breaks the freaking thing whenever we all roll at once. Tchaikovsky. Why don't you roll this? Tchaikovsky, roll a no nature and take a +2 mod for that. And I won't... No pushing, but I won't... But also you won't take any damage from this.
We might want to use somebody with more wits just to maximize, because my current wits is also at 1. Like I said, I couldn't heal anything during our long rest, so...
I would say Cujo's too busy and focused on Chelios.
Okay.
McCloud, you can if you want.
Yeah, if you've got me with my no nature being boosted by 2, I'd have 5 total. So you have more than 5, that'd be a better roll than me.
Mine would be 5 or 4, so you'd still be better than me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and roll.
Ooh,
Okay.
barely.
You have
good.
seen this before, and this is especially worthwhile that you are the one who saw this. This was a kind of a pattern, a lighting pattern that you noticed that was happening when the drones were trying to communicate with the Sentinels. You think that they might have somehow tried to send a message. You don't know how it works. You don't know but somehow these machines are communicating at longer distances, which means that there's a time limit on this fight.
Yeah, so I'll just cry out, "Sentinels have been alerted."
Okay, perfect. And then we go over to Cujo.
I already used my action. So I am going to pop my healing potion.
Okay. All right, so...
I think I just roll D6, right?
It
how many points I
should
heal?
be. Is that right, Ashley? You're the one who makes them.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm back up to full.
Nice.
All right, and then we move over to Hamill.
Yep. I'm gonna do the
Nope,
same
that's
thing
not
again.
right. It's Helena. It keeps resetting it. It's Helena.
Actually, it should be Eisner because Eisner goes after me.
Yes.
Iserman goes after Tchaikovsky. Tchaikovsky's got a 1. Helena and Hamill both have 2s.
Oh yeah.
I just went.
You're muted, Dirk.
Yeah, I got mistaken because I had rolled the no nature.
Yeah, I was just giving it for free because I wanted somebody to be able to know it. Helena, you are
I am
now
going
right
to-
next to Chai.
Heal Chai's broken, or I'm going to attempt
Okay.
to heal Chai's
Roll
broken.
your heal test.
And because he's broken, I get a 4 plus 2. And then I can roll and submit. Boom! So I can heal your broken, and then I also heal you up 1 in
Okay.
that.
Nice.
Very good. So you get
Thank you.
a breath of fresh air suddenly.
And then with my other, I guess, action.
Well, that was your action. You get a maneuver.
You have a
now.
maneuver.
Oh, just a maneuver. Okay, then I'm just going to stay in cover.
Okay, perfect. Hamill, your turn. You are crouched down behind a keeled over like crate that was being used as a chair for somebody. You can see that McCloud is getting attacked. You can see that Iserman's getting attacked. You can see that there's a dance going on in the middle between Cujo and Chelios where they just can't
And I
seem to
heard
hit
the
one another.
warning. I heard the warning.
Everyone
about the
heard that.
drones.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep on because the drone that I attacked is still up there. So I'm gonna do the same thing where I'm
Okay.
kind of shooting at it and going back under.
Okay. Yeah. That's the only one that's the only remaining drone right now that's taken damage too.
Yep.
The other
okay.
two are untouched. You guys are doing. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at Chaideezy's. I thought that was like another success. All right, you want to push that? That's not that bad. Got nothing. No fails yet. That can bother you.
Yeah, I'm
You're
down.
nearby. I can, if you break,
Okay.
I can fix you.
All right, here we go.
5-1. Oh.
Oh,
And
2
I
fatigue.
am broken.
Okay.
All right.
So
I'm coming for you next, girl.
6 1s out of 10 dice.
you just overexert yourself just a little bit, and as you fling the slingshot, like the sling comes right back around and just whacks you right in the face.
Oh.
The dangers of a slingshot, and you fall down.
And I'm back undercover.
Vorlok, the system is MUTANTyearzero. Genlab Alpha is one of the campaigns. It's a separate book, but they all use like the Year Zero, the MUTANTyearzero system. So right now, the original MUTANTyearzero game had the base, like that's, I think the Road to Eden is the name of the campaign that's in that book. We have the Genlab, we're playing Genlab Alpha, same basic rules, but there's some other little slight modifications for playing as like animal mutants. Then there's one called Mechatron that's for the robots, and then there's another one called Elysium, which is like pure blood human. So each one of the books that have come out have all the rules, but they also like have a special focus, some kind of theme that they're looking on. We're doing the animal mutant one. Okay, so that was Hamill. Tchaikovsky, you're no longer broken. You got your action and your maneuver. What do you want to do?
Yeah. I think I'm going to so we've got 3 drones, one focused on McCloud, one focused on like the group under the table, and then one focused on Iserman, right?
One is on Hamill, one is on McCloud, and then one is on Iserman.
I think I'd go after the one that just broke Hamill, because was that within eyesight of me, or like could I see that happen?
They're all in eyesight. Yeah, they're all in
Yeah.
eyesight. They're all in short range. You can take your pick.
Yeah, I'll shoot the one that broke Hamill.
Yeah. To be clear, I broke myself. In my failure.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But still, noticing that, I don't want it to do anything else. So
Okay, do you want to push that?
sure.
And here he goes. Just when wow.
Yep, nothing remarkable here.
It could have been worse, though.
It could have, yeah.
It could have been worse.
You
Okay.
could have been broken.
All right.
And then I'll take cover
And you
again.
maintain your cover. Perfect. All right. Top of the round, Chelios is going to go.
Iserman.
I'm sorry. Thank you. So Iserman will go ahead and he's got to load Actually, no, he doesn't have the load. He just because this one's already got bullets in.
He's gonna shoot better than he did last time.
Hang on, he might have to reload. Let me double check.
He shot 6 bullets.
I'm not sure if this is. I gotta look up really quickly because there's different types of guns and depends if they have mags and stuff like that. So, all right, so he's just gonna go ahead and try to shoot one more time. All right, basic test. Okay, so 2. And then what was a bonus? Bonus is 3.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! Did I not? The 3 didn't go through. The bonus didn't go there. 3 more. He misses again. I'll push it. Screw it. I'll go. Yeah, I'll push it.
What was the bonus for again?
The bonus is for his
The gun.
Gun.
Oh,
So the gear die didn't go through properly because I guess I didn't hit it right. 2, 3, 3. So I pushed success, but you also see it like kind of burns in his hands a little bit, but he does get a shot off, and it does do 2 damage to the drone right next to him. You can see that bits of metal begin to fly out from it. It's had a very decent impact on its chassis. You can see this huge hole, smoking hole in the side of it. Now it will shift around to Chelios, and Chelios will go ahead and take a shot at. He'll go the same thing he did before. He's going to thrust forward with his spear. Yeah, same place he's at. Little bit out of range. He's keeping a reach range with the spear, and so he will give that a try from behind where he's using the chair kind of as cover, and that is 2 successes. What do you want to do, Chelios? Not Chelios,
I'm gonna roll.
Cujo. Okay.
I'm gonna roll my armor real quick, and then I'm gonna use small if I need to.
Okay, roll your armor.
7. I blocked 1.
You blocked
And
one,
I lost 1.
and you lost 1. Yeah. So that's 1 more, and then you're going to use small.
Yeah, I'm gonna use I'll roll my d6 to avoid the other damage.
Okay.
That's good again.
All right. I forgot that he's got stuff. Oh, I could have done fast reflexes on him. Too late for that. Oh well. Fast it's at the beginning, like for initiative. Then he will, he will kind of maintain his cover position. McCloud, back around to you.
Yeah, I'll just hop out from behind the cover and attack the drone that was chasing me.
Okay, go for it. This is the only one that hasn't been touched yet.
He'll one-shot it, no worries.
Easy.
There it is.
I got it. The 2 for 4 damage.
It'll. You're trying to. Are you trying to attack it with a
Good old machete.
machete? Okay. That's actually because remember this thing was staying above you.
Oh, it didn't close in when I was cover.
Yeah, because its taser is short range, so it doesn't have to get up close for it. Never mind. Let it go through. So that's what 3 total damage.
4 damage.
4 damage. Okay, so you got to use it all.
Yeah.
I'll roll defense then. Yeah. Otherwise, it'll die. So I might as well.
that's the hope anyway.
All right, I was able to take off 1, so you'll do 2 damage to it. So it's still alive.
2 or 3?
He does 2 damage to it.
That's 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just removes 1 success.
1 success, and so the
Gotcha, okay.
1 success he has does weapon damage. His weapon damage is 2.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, so then the drones, it'll come back around to the drones, and the drones will go ahead and will attack the same folks that they've attacked prior. So you're going to see at this point, 1 drone's going to go ahead and shoot at Iserman. First one's going to be Iserman. Second one will be McCloud. And then the third one, I'll roll a d6. 1 to 3, it'll be Helena, and then 4 to 6, it'll be Tchaikovsky for the last. Okay, so it'll be Helena. So then And I think what they're all going to do is they're going to attack, and then they're going to start flying away. They're going to do one last attack, and then they're going to start flying away.
Shit.
Who was that on?
That was on Helena. All right.
Rip.
So let's go through these
I'm
really.
broken.
The first one
No,
was
the table.
The first
The
one was
table.
Iserman, and that one missed. And then once it attacks Iserman, you're going to see it start flying away up into the air, and you're gonna kind of hear like the static and the suggestion that communication is happening. The next one is was on McCloud.
Yeah, it's still connect and drop me.
Okay, so you go down. And then the third one manages to weave the perfect shot between the chairs and the tables and the crates and stuff and manages to hit you. Now, you are taking cover, so roll 3d6s. And for every 6 you get, you can reduce, and you didn't get any. So you take 4 points of fatigue.
Yeah, remember, I only had 1 point available.
You and
I'm broken.
You and your sister are both dead. It somehow manages to get both of you.
Fair. Okay.
But they all start to fly away at that point. Seeing several of them, they're all damaged. They're like, you can see little sparks coming out of them and smokes where this is where the attacks have managed to take their toll. But they're much higher up in the air now, which isn't necessarily a good thing. Then it'll be Cujo's turn.
Are you rolling defense?
Oh yeah. Do I want to roll defense? No, go for it. Fuck it.
All
Just
right.
go for it. Fuck.
All right. So
Nice.
I probably
with
couldn't have defended anyway.
3 successes, I have 8 feral points. Actually, no. This is what I'm doing. I'm gonna push it.
Holy
All right, you
shit!
ready?
Okay,
I'm pushing it. All right. So I'm gonna take 1 feral point from my push.
got it.
Wow.
One strength or 1 point of damage, and then I'm gonna spend 9 feral points.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my predator animal power. So with his pushing and with his shoving, with his condescending attitude, it's going to send me into a frenzy. And I swear to God, I better roll. Before this damage goes through, I'm going to roll all of my d6s.
Okay. Go ahead.
So 9 d6s. If I get any ones, then I have to roll for feral.
Go for it.
Oh man.
Oh, boy.
Holy
God.
crap! What on earth? Oh my goodness! You're right. Okay.
So now I'm swinging in for 6 plus 15 points of damage.
Let me roll my my camo protection and like my extra. Yeah, that's way too much for him.
So
Wow.
Describe how this
I'm-
looks.
As he swings at me with his spear and starts backing up, I'm just going to charge at him. I'm going to kick the chair out from under where he's hiding from, and it's going to hit him right in the legs where he's going to fall over. As he's falling over, I'm going to grab him by the throat, break his spear with my other hand, and then just stab him deep in the chest with my razor-sharp claws and say, "Your time is done. The badgers are reclaimed." And I'm going to pull my hand out and just toss him to the ground where he lays bleeding out.
Okay, that's exactly what happened. You all, those of you not hiding in their tables, see this happen. And Chelios falls. There are still other people that were in the room but have been terrified and hiding. And you see a lot of them watch this happen. And there's like a lot of chatter, good or bad, not sure. But like there's chatter going on. And now that the drones are starting to back away, people are coming out from their tables. So we can break initiative at this point. And what do you all want to do? You can still see the drones up in the sky.
If somebody wants to take my bow and arrow, like I have a crossbow.
I want to break initiative. Let's not
Okay.
continue combat. Let's break initiative. So you can see them flying up, and we're gonna say none of you have like really good guns, and so they're starting to fly out of the distance. But you do know that there was still potentially contact sent to the Sentinels.
I'm going to make a little speech. As I throw Chelios to the ground, I'm going to just kind of call out to my tribesmen, my village people, and just let them know that the resistance time is now. This is our chance to fight back. You can see that these drones can be defeated, and those who stand with the Watchers will perish. Rise up with the resistance fight and gain the freedom. All animals together, and we can overpower them.
Roll a dominate with like +5. Let's see how this goes.
Alrighty.
see how many people, how well you do. Let's see if this rallies everybody or if this just.
He also had the megaphone, so doesn't that also give you more bonus?
We'll say he's just not
That's
using it
fine.
at this point. His
Thank God.
his hands are covered in Chelios guts. Okay,
Jesus.
You
Oh,
got-
I got a pass.
you got a success.
11 die.
You see several animals, Iserman included, a couple of the other alphas who have been hiding under the same table that Helena was hiding under.
It's a
Step
giant
up,
banquet table.
and it's very big. And they start to kind of shout along, kind of tentatively, some sort of resistance, like "Viva resistance!" and "Down with the Watchers!" and there are some that look still suspicious, but they leave. They just like kind of start backing away quietly, knowing that this is not the time. And slowly a chant begins. You all know that you have about 10 minutes before Sentinels might be rolling in here, if there's any that are nearby.
So Chai is gonna like hurriedly walk up to Iserman and just say like, "We have a huge problem. Your habitat's in danger. There are sentinels that are on the way. The drones signaled them probably a minute ago. We're lucky if we have another 5 to 10 minutes.
So
Can you get everyone to safety?"
He starts shouting like escape routes, escape plans, and things like that. And you can see that all of the different weasels and badgers and wolverines that are left all begin to sort of follow in droves in the direction of that big building, but they're not going in it. They're going underneath. Do you all follow, or do you go your own routes?
Does Helena have any health potions in her bag that I can like force feed her to help get her unbroken?
I gave him
And
mine
also
away.
Hamill. Okay. I guess Chai would also ask Iserman if he could help, the Hamill and
we can
Helena.
move.
Yeah, we
Right?
can run. We can
Oh.
move, right?
You can move.
I thought you could only crawl.
I think
Okay.
I think you can. I don't think it's crawl. I think you can move. Like you can run
Okay.
away.
Yeah, well then
Either
I
way,
would definitely want to hide.
One of you could carry them and stuff like that. Do you want to go with the crowd, or do you want to find your own try to hiding place?
Strength and numbers?
Probably with the crowd, just so we
Okay.
can hear kind of what the general discourse is happening.
Okay.
If they'll let us come in.
And so as you guys are they're letting you go, especially with like Hamill and Cujo. There's like people are like, did you see what he did? He just right through his, and then he fell and he was Apex Hunter. Who was that? And like they're all kind of trying to figure out who the hell Cujo is, and some of them are like, no, they know who you are. Like, that's Cujo, that's Wolverine, he's a great warrior. Like, what's wrong with you? And all of them are kind of acting like they were on the Cujo bandwagon. Like they're like the Cujo hippie, they're not hipsters. There we go. But after about 10 or 15 minutes of kind of hiding in these little drainage ditches and pipes that are underneath the building, you can hear the sounds of sentinels coming, and you can hear the shouts and screams of various animal mutants that didn't come with you all. And over the course of like the next hour, this transpires. And when you come back out, you can see that much of the trenches where the larger festival is happening and where some of the more populated and popular and public areas are, has been trampled by various sentinel tracks. You can see that there are people missing. I'm going to assume that Cujo probably helped. You probably helped your friend to I can't remember his name. I just totally blanked on it. Gretzky to his to the hideouts, and I will do the same for somebody. Maybe Wiley followed along as well. But they seem to be okay. But there's other people that are missing, and so they seem to have come, and might have been the same people who just refused to follow you all, having sided with Cujo and the sort of insurrectionists and resistance. So it might have actually been beneficial that some of those very people who were supporting the Watchers got taken. But as the dust begins to settle and people start taking stock of who's there, there's quite a few people missing. Chelios's body is still there. The drones that you all had attacked and had fallen into the middle of the festival hall aren't there anymore. It looks like they were retrieved. Is there anything else you guys want to do as things are strange right now? There's a lot of uncertainty. The council is talking, and trying to make sense of what this means. One or two of them aren't there anymore. They likely possibly were taken, and so there's a lot of confusion and uncertainty that's happening.
What should we do with Chelios's remote?
I think one of you still has it, right?
Yeah.
I meant like,
does.
should we? I guess Chai meant like, should we destroy this thing so that it can never bring this curse upon anyone again?
There may be a strategic benefit to the holder of the remote being able to summon drones and have them do their bidding. It may be something that we want to put in the hands of someone that we trust.
That would be to be sure that power won't corrupt them.
They seem to went
There's-
to Chelios too, so they knew somehow.
Yeah, regardless of who called it. It's probably inert at this point.
You can press it, see what happens.
That's true.
No thanks. Is there anybody nearby who can help me be unbroken?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I would say Hamill, you would know a couple of healers around town, sure. Okay, so if you head over there, let me get the generic heal stuff up. All right, so we've
Pretty
got.
please.
All
And I
right,
do have
so
some water,
first
so
one
the
on
question
Helena.
would be, after the healing, could we actually spend 4 hours, drink some water, and get up further?
All right, success on Helena, and then so you are unbroken, and the second
I'm
one
also broken.
is on Hamill. Also success in Hamill, and Hamill you can take an extra point of fatigue back with the stun, and then with McCloud, oh that's a success as well. So that's 3 successes. All good. So all of you are unbroken. You could probably find water, Tchaikovsky, and those of you who want to drink more, you can look around, find something to drink.
Yeah, I have 3.
Okay. Over the course of the night, a lot of confusion, a lot of conversations. Some of people are kind of tentatively sending out their young to continue the tradition, despite everything that went down. Like now is as good a time as any. Many younger folk are petitioning the council for more conversation, for open voting, to try to get some younger blood. So there's a lot of those things happening. Yeah, it's a lot like Forbidden Lands. Yeah, Forbidden Lands came out after a couple of these Mutantyearzero games, so it was like an iteration on it. But all of Free League mostly does the same kind of D6 dice pool system and the pushing mechanic and all that kind of stuff. They all just vary it a little bit from game to game. So you all can stay here tonight if you want. Rest up, and unless there's specific things you're looking to do, you can start heading back if you like.
Yeah, Hamill just wants to make sure that Wiley's okay and just trying to reassure him about
He's
kind
got
of
the
everything
ring.
that's happened. And
So is there any way I would know how to take that off without it like sending a signal out or anything, like rendering it inert, since I have mechanic?
I mean, there's no one really knows for certain if a signal is sent out or what. There's whether it's superstition or just concern over doing it, or whether there is legitimate concern. It's kind of uncertain. But I would say you know how to do it. You'd have to make a roll, but I would say you know how to do it.
Okay.
We shouldn't do it here, though. We should offer to take him somewhere secluded, like with us, and then do it somewhere out there where we can hide.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay. So you find time either at night or in the morning to take him out away from the actual habitat, at least half an hour, 45 minutes away. And he's the whole way he's doing his fanboy stuff that he used to do for Chelios, but he's doing it for Cujo now. Did you see him? It's amazing. And and you're friends with him, Hamill? Oh my God, he's amazing. That kind of thing. Go ahead and roll a no nature, and I'll give you like a +1 on this. In addition to that, like Forbidden Lands and Mutantyearzero, the Alien game also uses this system. Vessin is coming out, which is one we're probably going to be playing on channel at some point, which is like Nordic horror in the 18th or 19th century, something like that. It's pretty good. Was that a success, I assume? I heard a nice.
Yeah, I got 2 successes.
Okay, you were able to remove it without any real pain. Wiley, while frightened at first, he gets he manages to figure out some way to. Don't worry, I think there's a couple other people got to go at 6:32, so we got about 45 minutes left. So, okay, would you make your way back? And at this point, you can see that there's talk of adding new, younger folk. There's definitely more receptiveness to not open acceptance of the resistance the way maybe like the rabbit tribe would, but certainly tepid approval. There's more blood on the council that seem to be doing so. Full-on revolt would also be very dangerous, and so I don't know if the Badger tribe is yet ready for that, but they're open to the discussion now, which is way more than they used to be.
We left already, right? Or
I'd
no?
say at this point you guys can leave. Yeah.
Before we left, I think Helena would have wanted to at least pull Iserman aside and thank him for making such a hard decision to protect his clan. And she goes and she'll mention that she's sisters with her clan elder, and just thank him and then leave.
He will make a note of that. Take your sister's name. Perhaps being neighbors, maybe a dialogue can be opened. They can find some way to share some of the territory and knowledge and such. Because badgers and cats do neighbor. They're right next to each other.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you all head back to Truffaut, the helicopter, and kind of debrief him and Ringo, who's there as well, on everything that went down. You hear some news about some of the other missions that weren't as favorable. He pulls a couple of you aside. He invites you all to kind of hang out, and he plops down on top of like this log, like looking out westward beyond like the badger habitat, like watching the sun come down. He like hands like a broken glass over to Cujo and a couple others, and he's just like, the magnums that were so hot-headed and so impressive in talk turned out to be nothing but a whimper. Their first mission with the Resistance, utter failure, and even your own badger group, tragedy, and the reptilian habitat. They made it in, but didn't make it out. And then the rats, they mean well, but sometimes I wonder if they see the big picture. And the rabbits, they go about this their own way. You all seem to be the only cell that can get anything done at all. Maybe I'm just too hard on the others, but until we get more like you, the Resistance will be a fledgling idea. It will never grow. We need more, and we need others to do it the right way, the unified way. And he just sort of like hands out, and all of you are like sitting on this log outside the helicopter, and like you're looking out at the sunset, which looks just like Derek's background screen. And he's just like passing around one of his cigars. This is like the most proud and most like appreciative moment he's had of you all when he starts hearing the story of what the hell went down. He gives Cujo kind of like an appreciative nod, which is like, this is like the most repressed feeling father ever, finally showing an ounce of emotion. Right. So it's like, it means everything. So yeah. But Ringo's there as well. Good job as well. And eventually you all start to disperse to your habitats for a little time off and to check back in with your homes. So is there anything that you all want to do in your habitats over the next couple of weeks?
Just want to build up some stores.
Okay.
Try and get some supplies, because I'm pretty much out of food, water.
Okay.
Healing potions.
So your standing in the in the tribe has gone up fairly considerably, and so you find yourself suddenly in the midst of some minor celebrity, and there's a lot of people who are willing to buy you drinks and give you food, and things like that, and ask you questions and such. You do also notice that there is a portion of the population that are certainly whispering behind your back and staring at you. Like there is starting, like you can tell that there is a serious divide that has fallen over the Badger tribe, considering everything that's gone down. Open discussion of the resistance is starting to happen, and that's never been a thing. And others are having trouble with that. I would say you probably don't have too much difficulty considering what that happens. So you can go ahead and like take 2d6 food, 2d6 water, easy enough. Like people are just giving you stuff at this point. Gretzky.
Oh boy.
There you go. Those are some rolls right there. You also notice that Gretzky's shop is suddenly being frequented more. A lot of times people are coming in to ask about you and if, offer jobs and what, does anyone know what his political leanings are? Stuff like that. Like, we might want him to run for office kind of things are starting to happen. And so Gretzky also seems to be pretty delighted. While your time is largely positive, and there is probably a sense of relief that has left you for dealing with Chelios, after the initial joy and that relief dies away, you start getting these strange dreams again of the time you went feral and the potentially killed that rabbit and that tortoise. Except this time the dream kind of makes more sense than other times that you've seen it, or you start remembering other pieces. Specifically, in addition to the rabbit and the tortoise, you start getting a vision of this large snake-like creature that, as you're wandering up to this little campfire area, you can see that there's the bodies of the turtle and the rabbit are already down on the ground when you arrive, and there's this slithering creature, this huge creature, 30 feet long maybe, that's all coiled and moving about and squeezing some of them. And you can see that the two of you in this strange montage battle start to kind of fight. You have that feral look on your face. You manage to get a good claw mark across its face, this large, thick head that's bigger than your torso. And then suddenly the creeper and a sentinel begin moving by, and that snake-like creature scurries away, and you can see that it disappears into a mine shaft and out of sight. And then you just kind of start running away from. So you're getting like the pieces are starting to come back together of that moment.
And this whole time, Chai's been making me feel guilty for killing a little rabbit.
So there's
What?
Yeah, I would say you would certainly conclude that maybe you didn't in fact kill them, but there was some other monster or creature there that you were locked in some kind of battle, if not for the sudden arrival of watchers to break up that battle. Who else wants to do something at their cells?
I would like to take advantage of Chelios kind of being taken down a notch to try to assert myself as a successful hunter for the group.
Okay. All right.
It's gone so well before, but I'm going to give it another shot.
You did move up a rank.
I'll say
Still trying to find a good trap.
Okay.
And kind of bring in some hunts.
All right.
Because there's going to need food, because now we're not going to have the watchers kind of handing food over.
That's very true, actually. Many in the
You
tribe.
can be the new apex hunter.
It's true. We'll see.
Be right back 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. That could be one of your new big dreams, to become apex hunter of the Badger tribe. Go ahead and roll a hunt test.
All right. Ooh. I got 3 successes.
Very nice. So that is, you come back one evening, you head out one evening to do some hunts. Maybe Wiley comes along with you, perhaps, and the whole way, all he's doing is talking about Cujo. Just constantly, like, did you see when he did this? Did you see when he did that? He doesn't care like about you at all and your contribution to the fight. It's all Cujo this, Cujo that, and then he also starts like, and that fox fella, he was hopping from one to the other, just taking them down. I can't believe you know them. They're like superheroes. I can't believe they would hang out with you. That's crazy.
Oh, that's so mean.
Why am I always mean to Moses' characters in art? I'm so mean to them all the time. So, but you come across this large pack of grunters that sees no sign of you, and you sneak up to them. You put together what you think is going to be some kind of net trap to catch as many as possible. You rumble some leaves over top of it, sneak around to the other side and make some noise, and all of a sudden the herd just runs right into it, and the net catches like 3 of them. And so most of the rest of the herd gets away, but as it you're able to kill them from while they're hanging up there before you drop them down, and you have these 3 big grunter carcasses. And Wiley's suddenly like, wow, good for you.
All right, Wiley, time to carry him.
Good for you. And so the 2 of you start dragging them back, and it's a pretty good haul, actually. So people are they were getting a little concerned, like you said, about food, but suddenly they're optimistic. They're like, oh, maybe things are going to be okay after all. And you hear other people be like, what was that one's name again? What was that one's name? Yamaguchi?
Hamill.
No, I think it was Yamaguchi. I think that's what it was. And while your name is not as well known as Cujo,
Shitakanawa.
Your hunt was definitely caught the eye of some folk. Yeah. Okay. Then next up, who wants to go next?
Yeah, I know. Good old Slippy's been missing for a bit. I wonder if there's any update on him.
Yeah. So you head back to the lodge, and you ask Farah, and she's the one who notified you, and other folks, and you just got no update whatsoever. However, a couple weeks go by, about 2 weeks go by, and you're by the marketplace, and you're doing one of your little speeches and stuff, and you can see that there's a good 8 or 9 folks around you kind of listening to you, some of whom you recognize, some of whom are new. When you notice that the lodge guards nearby, these large angry wolves, are messing around with something, and when you look more closely, you can see that looks to be like a pair of underwear with this strangely attached straw and these little propellers. And it looks a hell of a lot like Slippy's hat.
I'll come up to them and ask them where they found such a strange object.
And they look at it, and when you ask that, they suddenly put it away, and they're like, in the trash somewhere. Off with you. Donald's not seeing anyone today.
That's okay. I wasn't going to see him today anyways.
Well, then get out of here. They're all very like sketchy. Like you can tell immediately, like, oh, the shit. They shouldn't have gotten noticed with that.
So I know that they went through my things because that's where I had it, right?
Most likely.
Okay. I'm not going to stir up any trouble, so I'm going to run back home and see what happened.
Okay. You're not sure when they went in here. Maybe, I'm not sure if you would have checked and gone through all your things when you first got back, or if it was only when it came afterwards, but they've gone through your things, certainly. And while you're looking to see if they took anything else, you hear the one of your followers or compatriots comes up, and they mention, have you seen Farah? And Farah, if you recall, was the young girl who went with Slippy on his little ill-fated mission. She warned you, and when you checked back in when you first arrived in the lodge, she said that she hadn't seen Slippy. So you've seen her since you've been back after the Badger mission, and you know that she probably wouldn't be one to leave without saying anything to you. But
Okay.
like, she's been gone for I haven't been able to find her for a good 2 days. We were supposed to go herb collecting together.
Yeah, I saw her just not too long ago today. Or not today, a couple days ago.
Right, but I haven't seen her today or yesterday. Did she say anything to you?
I haven't been told of anything.
And so, a little worried. Well, keep an eye out for her, will you?
Yeah, I'll see where she's gone to.
So, you start asking around, hit some of the merchants, and talk to the people that know you well enough that they would be willing to talk to you. And no one's seen her for a few days. The next day, when you go and do your normal marketplace proselytizing, preaching to the crowds, you notice that there's one or two faces that you've seen almost every day that since you've been back in your audience, like smiling and nodding, folks you might even know the names of. In fact, they're suddenly not there, and that's odd because they've been to every one of your sermons. And so you start adding it up. There's 4 people now that have been following you. Slippy, Farah, these 2 other folks. Suddenly you're missing and no one knows where they're at.
So yeah, that is strange. So someone's interfering here. I'll have to keep an eye out on someone that's here.
Okay.
Maybe like later in the day I'll follow them.
Okay. So you want to try to find like someone to follow around? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Why don't you roll like a scout test? We'll do like a scout. This is your own habitat. We'll make it like a +2 mod since you would know who certain guards are, who people in the know are, people who are connected. So it would be easy enough to find the person. It's just a matter of keeping up with them.
I already got one.
Okay. So one of the guards that you know, he's kind of a mean son of a bitch. Has a tendency to work one of 2 places. He either works the main gate coming in to the marketplace, or he works the main door going into the building where at the top of which O'Donnell rests. And he you follow him around at one point. He goes into the first floor building of the building where like there's like a little kind of like a bar area, and they let you in, and you can see him kind of drinking, taking some crude moonshine from what looks to be a shaggy dog bartender, and there's a couple other folks in here, and they're kind of laughing around and such. And you overhear something. They seem to be complaining, like not him, but like the others that he's talking to, about babysitting duty. And they're sick and tired of babysitting these little delinquents who don't know their asses from their elbows. And they start describing some of them, and one of them sounds a lot like Slippy. Describe another one, sounds a little bit like Farah. So they like you kind of overhear this happening. This grumpy old guard that you recognize with 2 other folks that you only recognize in passing.
I'll just have to remember the guards that are complaining about babysitting and try and catch them out or when they're actually doing it.
Okay. All right. You can certainly do that. When you kind of keep an eye on them, track them as best you can, you can see that they don't seem to leave the main building. Like you watch them, you follow them. They're likely sleeping in the main brick building. They don't ever leave. They go upstairs. They come back downstairs, drink, and then they go back upstairs again. Get the sense that they don't really leave and go off into the main lodge area, like where all of the market spaces are, where you live, and all the other disheveled cars and such are.
And this place, how accessible is it? I guess
everyone can get to like the first floor or the pool that's in the basement, but going any higher is definitely dog only. or unless you're specifically within the guards that O'Donnell has deemed willing to let go up there, but like you wouldn't be able to get up there without doing something shifty.
Okay. I think I made a friend with the guards once, or sort of got interested in him. So I'll try speaking with him and find out more about the situation.
Do you remember his name?
Oh, good question. Let's see.
I don't even know if he had a name.
Yeah, I would have to scan my notes to see if I wrote anything down. But I'm not sure.
I don't see it in your notes, and I don't see it in my notes, so maybe we didn't give it a name. So let's say we're going to call, there's a guy named Balto. This older wolf with one ear that tends to flop down because it doesn't quite stay up, and it's just like when he's looking at attention, all of a sudden it'll just flop down like a fool. But maybe you catch him at one point in the bar in the lodge building.
Hey, Balto, I've been hearing about these guards babysitting. Do you know more about that?
He kind of looks at you a little, looking around. There's other folks in there, and he's like, "Not here."
Right. Maybe another time.
And he says, kind of looks around. He says, "Meet me by. I'll be by your home later tonight." And
all right.
He comes by a little later. You hear a knock on the side, and as you peek your head out, you can see like there's like this wolf in the shadows. And as you start walking towards him, he's like, no, shh, stay there. Can't be seen together. He's being all like cloak and dagger with it,
Yeah.
And so he's just like staying in the shadows. He says, "Be careful what you say about babysitting. O'Donnell's getting real paranoid. They've got you gotta watch what you say out there. They've been getting a little nervous about your promises of a better place. You gotta be careful with that kind of stuff. That stuff tends to fall on ears that don't quite like to hear about it. They want to keep the status quo, and you're threatening that status quo. And while you're off doing whatever it is that you're doing, and I'm not asking what you're doing, your little friends, when you're gone, they're just running their mouths every single day. And the wrong people hear that. So you better be careful, and you better get your little group in line, or else it's going to be you and some of them others up there. And at a certain point, we're going to have to run out of places to keep you all, and have to find something else to do with the bodies, if you get my drift."
I gotcha.
And then you see him. Then he says to you, like, "Okay, no, we can't leave at the same time. You go first."
I've already home. Just leave.
Oh, right. And then he he turns around and he walks away. The worst deep throat ever. I probably shouldn't have said that, but okay. Oh man,
It's historical.
I got your reference though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get the sense that they've been scooping up some of your followers, and that your followers might be under lock and key somewhere within the building where O'Donnell has their perch. Okay, so we'll come back later to you. Who else wants to do something in their packs? So we've got 3 down. So we got Helena, we got Chai. Helena, what do you want to do? We'll end on Chai since we're going to be going to the reptiles too.
Okay. Helena wants to bring the possibility of becoming allies with the Badger tribe to her clan elders.
Okay.
So
you head into the one cabin on the village where most of the elders meet. You see Octavia, and she's got this worried look on her face. And you start bringing this up, and she's like, "It's a really good idea, but we unfortunately we have other problems. And while you were gone, that huntress woman, she found him. him.
And it'll, like, Helena, with all of the stuff that's happened, had, like, forgotten. Oh.
Yeah. And that, your, Secundus friend, he hasn't announced it yet, but, he wants something, I think. I think the humans call it blackmail. I don't know why. But, he's asking for choice rations. And I've given it to him for now, but this is going to be a problem. And she knows too, the huntress, but I'm not sure how much Secundus told her.
Has he brought it up to anybody else?
I don't know what he said, but none of the other elders seem to know about it. Or at least they're lying really, really well.
So Helena will have to talk to Secundus, basically.
Okay. So you track him down, and you find him and Visenya, the huntress. They're living large over by kind of this rundown truck, and they're kind of living in the back. And there's this beautiful tarp over top of it. You can see when you come up, they have all sorts of wonderful choice cut meats. And he sees you come up. Oh, Miss Helena, how are you? Welcome back.
Yes, what a wonderful welcome.
I don't believe you've met my friend, Visenya, and she's got like meat in her face. Goes back down. She's pretty big and thick. Yes, quite interesting things happened while you were gone.
Really? Because while I was gone, I fought the Watchers.
Good for you. I don't care.
I heard you're blackmailing my sister.
Well, that's such an
Well,
ugly
rations-
human word.
While rations for our entire clan and tribe are low, and we're borderline starving due to the rats, and yet you're taking advantage for yourself.
Yes, I know. Blackmail is certainly on the same level as murder.
I wouldn't know.
Why don't the two of us just walk out and express our sins to the whole tribe and see who they side with, shall we?
What's his rank?
He is rank 6.
Fight him.
Ooh. Well, but he has somebody here with him.
That's
Fight
true.
them both.
I would die.
He is rank 6. She is rank 5.
Yeah, because, I mean, if I already get my rank, we would be equal rank, but then he would
End
have a
of
bonus.
session.
Yeah.
And don't forget that dominate doesn't mean they're automatically going to do what you want. They very well could just literally attack you.
Yeah, I
Didn't
know.
Truffaut give you that sentinel gun that we got like in episode 2? You just blast them,
No.
and then nothing
The
else.
electric one? Nah, he kept that
No.
one for himself.
Uh,
For other missions.
What do you want? Why are you being so quiet about this? Why haven't you already brought it to the elders? If you have actual evidence, besides just finding the body,
There's no if about it. We have evidence.
then take it forward. Why drag it
Your
out?
sister has all but admitted it to my face. Let me ask you, what's better? Deposing a leader who clearly was complicit in a murder, or having that leader indebted to you and willing to do whatever she can to keep you quiet? I think I'm just going to enjoy my newfound freedoms and rewards, I think, for a bit. And he kind of leans back, puts his hands behind his head, stretches his legs out. You can hear the crack of the back as he... Yes. Now, why don't you just run along at this point? We were in the middle of dinner, thank you.
And Helena will just kind of like make note of both of them and be like, "Have a nice evening," and then she'll leave.
No, we will. Yeah. He's... get the sense that maybe he's not as righteous as an individual as you initially suggested, and he has seen the benefits of potentially having a leader in his back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else you want to do here
That's
in the
solid.
cat habitat?
She'll probably just spend some time making potions, but
Okay.
like healing potions stock up.
Okay. While you're doing that, Octavia will come by and she'll say that she's floated the idea of reaching out to the Badger tribe to try to communicate with them. You give her a name. You give her Iserman.
Yeah.
So she makes notes, and they'll take a look if whether or not that'll actually work out. And so they'll send a delegation over to the Badger tribe and see if they can put something together, some kind of trade or exchange of territory, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Open borders. Okay. So, Tchaikovsky, is there anything specific that you want to do in the Reptile Tribe? We are going to be going to the Reptile Tribe soon, but is there anything you have planned?
I just wanted to, so Chai would just want to meet up with Serge.
Okay.
Since the last time we were in the Reptile Tribe, I had the only artifacts worth noting stolen out of my hiding spots.
Sure.
So I was just kind of like talk about that with Serge and ask him to help me. And I want to try and steal something back from Luke because fuck that guy.
Okay. When you talk to Serge, he says, Luke isn't, no one's seen him for a little bit. A few weeks, in fact.
But did he go out scrapping or something? I don't understand.
That's what I heard. His pack is a bit worried. He took a few with him, but the rest are here. The Seer, Boyer, she's worried, in fact, and she says that she can't quite hear. That's not the right word. She hears his screams in the reeds, she says. She can't see anything else. All she can get for her premonitions are just him, like he's in pain. I know that means nothing to you. He's probably rightfully in pain, but we can try. Now would be a decent time. They're probably distracted. We could get into his things if you'd like.
Yeah, and Chai is going to be all about that. I wonder if they tried to go to the dollar store that they were tipped off about.
Okay. So you head into the terrarium, one of the terrariums themselves. You kind of swim through the underground tunnels, get into like one of the big glass domes where the pack that he's part of, fairly large pack of like frogs and toads, and you can see that there's this large, colorfully spotted frog that's at the edge of the water, inside and underneath the actual terrarium itself. There's all sorts of bush and overgrowth that's anyone else would have trouble navigating, but you and Serge have no real issue. And she is constantly just like tapping the reeds. It's like having them knock into each other, almost like one of those momentum balls that people put, those swinging balls on desks, and they just click. And she seems a little concerned, but she's not paying attention to you all. So if you want to go ahead and make a stealth test, or a sneak test, excuse me, go right ahead. Try to get past her.
Just barely.
Okay. So while she's doing that, you can hear her like talking to it. She's like, "Where are you? Where are you?" And you go past her. Serge sets up as like a little lookout, kind of ready. And every now and then he does a bloop, like a little sound that might make sense within this area, to let you know that she's turning kind of in your direction. And that's when you like freeze. And she turns back and she hits the reeds again. But you get over to where there's this little hollow inside of an old tree that has long stopped growing. And you are familiar with this as being kind of his own little closet of wonder. And You pop inside. You scrounge around. There's all sorts of just rubbish in here. Like at a certain point, I would say like you're like a sommelier drinking like house wine. You're like, oh God, what is this? But you do notice that your grenade has been tucked underneath this small lunchbox with some kind of cartoon characters on top of it. You pop open that lunchbox and you can see inside of it there's this grenade floating around. You can pluck that and take it back.
Awesome. Is there anything else I have time to look around or to look at and see if it catches my eye?
Go ahead and roll a scavenge.
Something.
Looks like you're.
Why didn't it add? Yeah, that's
weird.
weird.
Just roll regular d6s with it.
Yeah.
Do you want to push?
Oh, I think. Yeah. Let me do something real quick to see if. Oh.
Doesn't look like you have any.
All right, I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'll just do another roll, but that'll be the push.
There's always the basic test. You can always just punch them in manually.
Okay. There we go. So then one wits damage.
You find a carton of cigarettes and a cigarette lighter.
Oh, is it a Zippo?
Sure. Yeah, it's got a little inscription on it. You're not sure what it means, but yeah. But you see this, and there's like a long carton, some sort of plastic wrapping around it, and it's kind of in this small suitcase. You just pull it out and take the carton and take the lighter as well. You start sneaking back out at this point because you hear a kapaloop, gurgle. I don't know what sounds make sense because birds don't make any sense. And so you start sneaking out and hop back into the water, and you get out, no problem.
Excellent.
Okay.
Chai is feeling very proud of himself. He's got his grenade back, and now he's got cigarettes, even though he doesn't smoke.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and just do a comprehend roll on those, and you can just do it on all of them.
I low key hope you fail on the cigarettes, and you think that they're like Tinder kindling.
They're like suppositories for headaches.
It's a 2.
Okay, so we'll say you can get both of them. I don't seem to have my cigarettes ones out, but the cigarette lighter, basically it can be used to light a fire, which would eliminate the effects of cold. So you just easily just can light a fire with it without having to worry about carrying other stuff. And I'll look at the cigarettes because there's that's a consumable, and stuff happens to that. But I don't have the card in front of me, it seems.
Smoking a cigarette gives a modification of +1 on dominate and manipulate rolls.
Okay.
The downsides is that they can inflict rot.
Okay.
Roll 1 base die for every cigarette you smoke. If you roll a failure, you suffer 1 point of rot.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I think Cujo's going to take up smoking.
Yeah, he just puts like 8 of them in his mouth at once.
Yeah,
just lights them all.
through the
Through
hockey
my hockey
mask. Yeah. He's just so cool, man. Like, he kills people. He's got a hockey mask, and now he smokes.
That's going to be a bad influence on Wiley.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll say at this point it's 6 for us, so it's been 2 hours. We don't need to get started on a new mission at this point, but we'll say that you will all head back to the helicopter after a couple of weeks, getting some downtime, living your lives. You'll see once again Truffaut and Ringo are there. You probably pass Wildpaw on her way out, and she kind of gives you a appreciative nod. You don't know her all that well, but she sees you and she heads out. But you talk out your next plans, and unless you all have changed your mind, I think what we were saying on the Discord, I think the plan for the PCs was going to be you're going to do recruiting in the Reptile. That was the final choice? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So recruiting in Reptile, and so then while we're here, let's just finish this off, and then we can get off tonight. Because I know a couple people got some stuff going in half an hour. You have 3 other cells to assign. So why don't we just do that really fast? So the PCs are recruiting in the Reptile. And then you've got 2 rabbit cells that you can do stuff with. And then you've got 1 rat cell that you can do stuff with.
So I think we were going to have the rats recruit in rats, correct?
Looks like you have the population to
Yeah.
support that. Sure. So rats are going to recruit and rat. Got it. All right. What about the rabbits?
I was thinking one of them we could do reconnaissance in the dog tribe, just because things been a little weird. But I don't know if rabbits would be the one to send there, just because they're so pro.
They're also really far away. The rabbits
Yeah.
are way to the east, and the dogs. So I don't.
Could you
they're being
pop the
increasingly
map
dangerous.
up?
Yeah, sure. I can bring you guys back over. I can't have you guys on both at the same time, so it's one or
Yeah.
the other. But that's the map for you guys. Let me see. I think I have it up. I'll put it up on the big screen for everyone else too.
So if
Yeah, it's not showing.
rabbits recruited in bears, they'd have a better chance because they're close.
I don't think bears has the population for it. Don't you need 100 per cell?
50.
50,
Oh, is it?
50 per
Okay.
cell. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't messed with the bear tribe at all, so I would be down to try.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
you guys
is-
haven't so far. You haven't visited bear, reptile, rabbit, or rat. Those are the 4 you haven't. All the other 4 you've been to. So dog, badger, cat, and ape.
So then, maybe have the rats. Where are they?
Just remember the further they go,
Yeah.
the more dangerous it is. And also remember, insurgency rating has a plays on certain things, certain components like dominate checks and stuff like that. So
Because we have 2 cells in rabbits, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they're the farthest away from pretty much everything.
yeah,
But
they're as
the-
far away from the badger tribe as you can get.
Yeah. The rats are close to the dogs. So
Bears.
we could possibly.
They're close to the bears.
And the bears.
They're not
Well,
close to the
Habitat
dogs.
6.
Yeah,
Other side of the river.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Where are the bears?
Rats are closest to
So
reptiles.
the bears are here, where I just pinged, the
Okay,
pink,
yeah.
and then the rabbits are there, where I just pinged. The dogs are over here, so they're not close.
Well, I was talking about the rats.
Okay, rats. Yeah,
And so, like, maybe have the rats do reconnaissance at the dogs.
let me bring up the thing while you guys are talking it out.
And then perhaps have rabbits recruit bear, and then
It'll probably be better to do some reconnaissance in the reptile tribe because that's where we're going to be next session. And
true.
if we're successful, then it just increases our chances of success.
I thought we couldn't have 2 go in the same.
You can't have 2 go in the same place. Like you can't do 2 different missions in the same habitat. You can send 2
Okay.
cells to the same habitat,
Well, because
but
I
they
was
have to do
thinking,
the same mission.
I was
Okay.
thinking we could have the rats do the reconnaissance at the dogs, because at that point, McCloud can tell us that people in his like little group are getting abducted. So that makes sense for us to go there after doing whatever we do in reptile, and that would give us, like you said, the bonus at the dog tribe.
So just to go over this, if a cell, like an NPC, not you guys, is doing a mission in their own cell, it's just +0, no extra danger. If they're doing
Yeah.
it in a neighboring habitat, it's +1, and if they're doing it in a not neighboring habitat, it's +2. And then it says, the ape island is considered to border the dog, reptile, and bear. Everything else looks to be pretty self-explanatory on the map, I think.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I think dogs border, that looks to border cats, rats, apes, and
apes.
badgers. And looks like bears and rabbits border. Badgers and the rabbits are the ones that are on the far west and far east.
So rats and dogs do border each other.
Yeah, it looks like that on my screen. I would say that's fine.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with what Ashley was saying.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. So rats are going to recon in the dogs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Because then that way, if we go there next time, we'd have a +4.
+4, but then you got to think about what do you want to do in the dogs the next time around. Is there something that you're going to plan to want to do with that?
I mean, considering that,
McCloud's.
Okay.
friends
Okay.
are
Yeah.
going missing.
yeah.
All
So
right.
it would be something with that. Yeah.
Okay, so rats are reconning in the dogs, and so then you still have your 2 rabbits to do stuff, the 2 rabbit traps.
So recruit bear.
Yeah, I would say that would be a worthwhile
Yeah,
shot.
do them both. Recruit bear.
I'm sure. Yeah,
we
there's
can
a,
only send one, right?
They can both. If they're doing the same thing.
If they're doing the
They can
same
go together.
thing, yeah. I was thinking the same thing, Josh. Hey, what's up, man? You've been here the whole time.
I don't
see.
know if the bear population can handle that though. We need 50.
You can only get one. Yeah, you guys only want to have one in there.
oh, so
Why
it
not?
can't just work to like increase the bonus on the single
No.
mission.
Well, that would be a waste of
I think
using
that's
it,
the
I think.
case. I think that is the case. I'm just double checking. I got the screen. I think you do get a bonus if 2 cells go to do the same thing. I think it increases. I think it gives you extra base die. So yeah. So it says additional cells sent to help the operation. Each extra cell gives 2 extra base dice to the roll. So if you sent both rabbits to the bear tribe to recruit in the bears, you would roll, and then you'd get +2 extra base die on the roll.
So we wouldn't get 2 cells anyways, just helping.
You
No.
wouldn't get
chance
2
of getting
cells.
one.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Let's just do that because we have terrible luck.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so they're going to jointly, so both of the rabbits are going to jointly recruit some bears. Okay. So then, really quick, let's do some rolls. There should be, you guys should be able to see some rolls for Insurgency. There should be like Insurgency for Ashley, Insurgency Derek, Insurgency Logan, Insurgency Long, Insurgency Melissa. Every one of you hit the one that's got your name on it. That'll give us
Where are we
this.
looking?
Look in macros.
I don't see one.
Oh, we're on the wrong thing without our tokens.
You don't need tokens for this one.
You don't need them, just hit the button.
You just have to go into the macro, into your macros.
You have turn on the macro. If you don't see it, you don't have it turned on.
Yeah, I don't see in the macro menu. I don't see one.
All right, let me see if I made it. All right, Melissa's is not. Actually, yours is fine.
Yeah.
Long's is fine. It was only yours, Melissa. That was busted. Everybody else should have it. All right, so everyone hits it, and that'll like you. I just basically assigned a couple of you different tribes that you're responsible for just basic insurgency rating. So basically, McCloud, you just increased the insurgency rating of the dog tribe from 18 to 23. I'll make this look neater later.
Nice.
Make that a little bigger so I don't forget. All right, so that's 23. And then the cat tribe went up 5, so that's 27 now. And then the rat tribe went up 6. Nice rolls. Nice rolls, Ashley.
Yeah.
So the cat tribe's all the way up to 41. And this is all before I've gone through and I've done my stuff.
Yeah.
And then the rabbits are 6 at 67. And then bears are +6. So
So they're 21.
16 for bears. They're at 10. They're up to 16.
Oh, I thought it was turn 3. They're at 15. I'm looking at the resistance sheet that's posted on the.
I
Turn.
think that's an old one. We're in turn
That's the
4.
only one. Yeah, I'll move you guys
Oh,
back
okay.
over. Turn 4. They lost some insurgency last.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Reptile's not so great, but it's all right. You guys are going there. Who did I miss? Badger. Cujo's got Badger, 35. And Ape is +4. Man, apes are over 50. All you had to do was assassinate the leader. And who'd have thought? Crazy.
That was a shit show.
I know, right?
Oh my god, yeah.
All right, so
Did you get rabbit 6?
I think so. Yeah, I got the rabbits. All right, so let me show you what since you guys have assigned your stuff, I'll show you what I did for my stuff, because I had already had mine. So I just showed it to you. If you scroll down, you can look at turn 4. Those are all the things that I sent to do. So I sent some patrols to the rabbit tribe. I sent reconnaissance to the ape tribe. You guys sent both of your rabbits to the bear tribe. I had nothing going on in the bears, so there's nothing there. The rats were doing stuff in the dog tribe. I had roadblocks for the dog tribe, but it doesn't actually affect your chances, so there's nothing to worry about that.
Cool.
So I will go ahead and do all the rolls for like changing insurgencies and stuff.
Okay.
But let's go ahead and just do the success rolls for your missions, and then we'll call it a night.
Alrighty.
All right, so we've got the rats are reconning in the dogs. So the rats are neighboring, so that's +1 danger. And the insurgency rating in the dog tribe is below 20, correct?
With turn 4, it's 23.
You don't count. It's 18. It's because
18.
Okay, so yeah, then below 20.
Okay, so it's -2 chance of success. So that's basically -2 on its die. Okay, and there's no watcher operation, so you don't got to worry about that. And the PC operation you were sending was recon. That's got a base chance of success of 8 minus the 2 from the insurgency rating, and so that's 66s. Who wants to roll that? Do we want it to be long since it's the dog?
Yep.
Yep.
All
He's
right.
the king of D6s today.
He has been crushing the rolls. There's no
Ended on a
possible
good
way
note.
this could go wrong.
Easy.
Nice.
Easy peasy. So the rats are successful. Okay, so that means
Never doubted you for a second, Longley.
all
Yeah,
right.
of course. Wasn't sweating at all.
The rabbits then they're going. There's also +1 danger, so roll a d6 for the danger as well. And you don't want a 1. You don't want a 1. A 1 is bad.
I haven't gotten any of those, so here it comes.
Here comes the 1.
Holy crap!
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh my god.
So what that means is that the rats are dead.
Why can't we keep any cells? Like you start in session 1 or 2, we have to keep cells alive, and we literally lose one every strategic.
All we do is try and recruit like constantly.
Yeah, we're
Oh
wasting
my
our strategic
gosh.
turns.
Oh god, you're just killing your resource. Every time you guys build new peons to collect resources, they die. So it was successful, but they died. Oh, that's a shame. And then the rabbits. The rabbits are recruiting, which is a 6 success chance, 1 danger die. They're doing it in a neighboring one, so that's going to be 2 danger die. There's extra cells. That means there's 8 success. So 8 d6s in for success on this recruitment. So who wants to roll for recruitment in the bear tribe?
I got this.
Okay, 8d6.
Oh god.
Boom. Successful.
Got a success.
All right, who wants to roll the 2d6 for danger die? And again, avoid the 1s.
I got this again.
Okay.
No ones.
Oh my
God.
god. What?
That's so bad.
I think they're both dead.
That's
No way.
so
I think they're both
bad.
dead.
Holy crap.
Can we just not do strategic turns anymore? Like every time you want us to, just say we're recruiting. Like we're literally just gonna auto recruit,
my
never
God.
anything else.
This is hilarious. Oh my
Blasted
God.
him.
I think
That's a
they're
good thing, right? Snake Eyes.
dead.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
They're dead. Each additional 1 kills. Oh my God.
Yeah, we're just doing auto recruit. Never ask us. We're just
Crap.
Okay.
defaulting to recruit.
We have 1
Okay.
cell left, right? Just
Us.
less than 1 more cell.
Just us?
No, we have.
Oh, and the rats. The rats lived.
No, the
No,
rats
the
died.
rats
They
died.
Us died too.
We
Oh,
have
okay.
0 cells.
You're trying to recruit the reptiles, so you might have the reptiles one with the PC.
Yeah, and then they're gonna die, Jeff.
It's listen. This isn't supposed to be easy. If it was easy to resist the Watchers, people would have done it a long time ago. But holy crap, that's so
We're
bad.
never getting out. We're never getting
That's
out.
so
We're never
bad.
escaping it.
We should put like a bits rule in for rerolls or something for this, because that's some harsh shit right there. Okay.
Have we been carrying forward any successes, like any pluses? Well, I guess it wouldn't matter because it's not the success roll. It's
So last time you did the recon in the Badger tribe, which would have given you bonuses if you did something in Badger. But that's it.
okay.
And I actually think they failed. Actually, no, they might have succeeded. But no, you didn't have any bonuses in the rats. You didn't have any bonuses in the dog tribe. You didn't have any
And
bonuses
none
in
of
the
the
bear tribe.
effects help you. With
Oh, and you
your
just got a
negative
bear.
roll.
You just got a bear tribe too. So you got the bears. You exchanged
Yeah.
2 rabbits
For one bear.
for one bear cell.
So they get to do one thing and then they'll die.
Yeah. Gosh.
If they succeed.
Now you just send the bears to recruit the rabbits, and then they recruit a rabbit cell, and then they die doing that as well.
Truffaut is
The
just
circle of
going to
life.
drink nonstop.
Holy
Like-
crap! That's pretty insane.
All right, can
We're
we
not
do
even
XP real
doing
quick?
dangerous missions.
I know.
Okay, I think that's it. Unless there's anything else, we good?
No.
Good.
All right. So now that we're gonna end on the slaughter of all these resistance cells, tomorrow night I'll play Shadowrun over 9 p.m. Central on twitch.tv/NotoriousDMGTV. Melissa and I are playing Heart on Monday here on this channel at 9 p.m. Central. And then next Thursday on Zweihander, on twitch.tv/ZweihanderRPG, Ashley, Long Lee, Melissa, myself, we're playing over there on our Zweihander game. And then on this channel next Friday, I think we're going to be playing some Electric Bastion Land. So I'm going to start putting up a schedule on Sundays or so, what's going on the channel. But that's it. Thanks for those of you who hung out in the channel. Thanks for the raid earlier on. Thanks for anyone who's watching this on VOD or YouTube. And we'll see you soon to find out how they're going to kill more of their NPC traps. So, good night, everybody.
Goodness.
Bye.
Yeah.